Hey guys, Cutterup Rob here. Just wanted to make up a quick video of how we clean deck surfaces when the blocks are in trucks, and then how we clean them and check them and stuff, even when they're on the floor. The one I'm going to show is one that's on the floor, but just easier for you guys to see what I'm doing. So let's go after it here. So tools of choice. For me, anyway. You can use a hand grinder with a wire wheel on it, knotted or non, or on a die grinder, put a wire wheel on it, you know, just a regular die grinder. And for God's sake, don't use these. They're a real easy way to screw up a block. Don't get me wrong, I did it before I knew better. But now I know better, so I don't do it. But you can screw up a block real easy. And then also, we also have this, which is basically a big steel block with a handle on it and sandpaper. And I've machined it. It's a machined surface. Can't really see with the paper on, but so this is the block. And so what we always do, and also too, we run it with run a file over it. So I'll just show you what we do. There's Andrew. Say hi, Andrew. That's the one with the white truck. So we always take a file, run it over the block, make sure there's no sharp edges on it. And that just knocks any high spots down that it may have. Not really rocket science by any stretch of the imagination. And then hand grinder with a wire wheel. Always make sure you wear your safety glasses because you don't want to get crap in your eyes. So that's really, for the most part, if the surface looks good after that. This one actually feels pretty good, but what we'll do, this is what we use for checking the surfaces of the box. If I can get it far enough away so you guys can see though. Just a precision ground straight edge. And what you want to do, on a Cummins, I always do 2.5 thou. So you want to make sure that, actually I bring you guys down here so you can see. Basically you just want to, I can get the light so it's easy for you guys to see. But you want to just try to stuff the feeler gauge underneath it. And then also another way to do it too is, if I had 5 hands. So another way to do it, as long as you don't drop this, is pull this out and you can actually feel it drop. Can't really hear it, but you can feel it drop. So, and then you want to put it on an angle and do the same thing. This block's actually pretty good. Can't get it to go underneath anywhere. We're going to be surfacing this block anyway, so this is literally just to show you guys what you want to do. Make sure it doesn't have a big, you can almost get it to go, I would say a 2 thou would go right there. But so next step on cleaning it, if you do find a low spot, is you take some WD-40. You could use light oil too. Usually I fill the cylinders with rags when you're doing this, if the truck, you know, if the engine's all together, to try to keep anything from going in there. And then what you do is you take the block that I was showing you guys, and you just go back and forth. This is definitely not the most ideal way to do it. Like, I don't like doing this on heads myself personally, because you don't know if it has a twist in it. You can't take the twist out with a sanding block, or a big warp in the middle. It'll just go across the surface. But with a block, the blocks tend not to twist up as bad. So, and then obviously if the block's in the truck, hose is an issue too, right? So you can just go back and forth like that. Clean your paper off a couple times. You know, 5 minutes of doing that. Usually you'll get it pretty clean, but now if you look at the surface of the deck, this deck isn't in very bad shape, but you can see in there now, like where they usually wear is in here, because that's where these things blow head gaskets. So this one's actually in really good shape. Cylinders are all beat, but the surface itself is good. And you can actually see the original, when they surfaced the block originally, you can kind of see it, or I can see it. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it in the video very well or not, but you can see that it cleaned up pretty nice. So maybe you guys are going to be cleaning up, blocks, that's the easiest way to do it. Like that 600 grit sandpaper, I think is what's on there right now. No, sorry, it's 500 grit sandpaper that's on there right now. And so you just hit it with a wire wheel, file if you want to, if there's any sharp spots, a wire wheel, clean it up. And then you want a good solid chunk. You could even use a piece like big heavy glass or something like that. And yeah, that's the easiest way to clean a block. Like I said, I wouldn't recommend doing it that way to a head unless you really have to, because you don't know if the head's twisted really bad. But you want to check your block. Make sure you clean it with something that's non-abrasive. And then, you know, we always give it a quick run over with the sanding block and get it nice and clean, get any high spots. And then it also shows you low spots in there too, best you can. But we always, when we're rebuilding, we always surface the blocks, just because then you have a perfect surface head and block, and you get better sealing out of the deal. So anyways, if you like the content, give me a like and subscribe. Any comments, hit us down below, and yeah, have a good weekend, guys.